Archbishop of Radio is back.
DJ SBULive with DJ SBU, weekdays from 3 to 6 p.m.
Hey, dog.
Hey, Mona.
Good to see you.
I want to say big up to everyone, man. It's so good to be here. It's so good to see you doing this.
I'm very you know, like unexpected and it's
unexpected, man.
Uspana
Mbuso, so
uspana puthe simhlonipha kakhulu, puthe simhlonipha kakhulu.
It's good to be here, man.
Anyway, it's great to be in your presence, Putwami, and we respect umsebenzi wakho ayikhulumela, and I'm looking forward to just having a chat with you. Ngishawa isikhathi ngicela ukuxolisa ku team yami yonke ubhuti Busiso bese kaphathe excitement kakhulu yabo, because ukungena abanye abobhuti la abakhulu kakhulu nizo understand one day. Sikulethela ubhuti Mbuso Khoza. Sawubona kunjani mfowethu?
Siyaphila njani baba?
Sijabule kakhulu mfethu ukuthi sihleli nawe ke la namhlanje.
Kujabule mina mfowethu. Awuna idea.
Into engijabulisa kakhulu ukuthi kune new generation, and ngiyajabula kakhulu njalo mangithola ithuba lokuthi ngifundise.
Mfowethu.
I think namhlanje yilelo suku lokuthi sifundise abangazi and then abaziyo ngisho bajabulile njengoba balalele basemateksini abanye basemakhaya, the whole country balalele ukuthi awu sibude namhlanje uhleli nengagara uhleli nesikhoko sakhona
because of my white beard.
Igenge engamazi ubhuti Mbuso Khoza. Ubani uMbuso Khoza?
Mbuso Khoza is a vocalist from Eshowe, north of KZN. I work as a songwriter, and also I'm now a scholar. I'm doing Masters of Arts in Heritage at VET. I also teach indigenous music at the University of Kwa-Zulu Natal. I started working as a musician from an early age, baking abo Thandi Somazwai, abo Sipogazi, Mama Sibongile Khumalo. But I was also doing some music for movies. Mama Jack, the song, Sweet Bed of Freedom, I'll be your angel if you be my angel tonight. But it was a comedy, so that's where I started. But as years went by, I realized that there's a lot that we have lost as Africans when it comes to our culture and heritage. And the biggest challenge is that even us as Africans, we are unable to put a distinction between history, culture and heritage. Very few people can tell you, because history comes in as an intervention to document the events. Later culture is born. But as we practicing this culture, sometimes because of migration, we tend to stop practicing. Later, we are safeguarding this culture. As I'm wearing this, or wearing ipeshu, it's part of safeguarding that for the upcoming generation. So, in 1879, during the Battle of Isandlana, when the British soldiers fought with the Ngunis of the Kwa-Zulu Natal, and they were conquered, after that, what happened? They built so many churches, the missionary houses.
Thank you, nayo kahle sifundise Butwama, sifundise sinesikhathi futhi. Yabona icontent engifuna yiyo nakhona le ngilayita konke. Basibhekile ku YouTube, niyoyifaka say editiwe ku YouTube, basibhekile ku Facebook live. Nami ngilayita enye ngapha ku Instagram, basibhekile nangale ku Instagram. Ngicela sifundise Butomdala.
Yes.
Qhubeka ungasabona isikhathi siningi.
So the missionary influences now, so they built these buildings, and now as a Nguni man, whether umXhosa or umZulu, when you are walking around, you walk around with your stick and you sing in a certain manner. And then now when you have to go to church, something changes in you culturally, and the colonization of tonality itself, how you speak, how you sing, and the colonization of your ear. Because now if you play, for instance, Bach, Ave Maria, and then you say Maslati Jololo, and our kids will say, this is odd. They would prefer a European sound. It started with the missionary influences, and we need to face those memories and say, if we love Jesus, why don't we study his laws on our own if we want to worship him and we say usanda simanxeba sanda sembethe izwi nomhlaba inkosi yakhe lesiphambaneni zonke izizwe izokulila, without the Christianity being embodying the cultures of the England. For me, that's my argument, and that's my hiccup. You can't. And something changes inside you as an African, you know. So I think we need to reimagine and redress how we look at culture and heritage in relation to the religion, because there are so many things. I mean, as I've been doing this research, when it comes to the rituals, again, the distortion of language. When you go to churches, I was once a prison worship leader. Ngangenanda ukuhlala la eGoli, so ngavele ngajoin isondo ngagcina seki prison worship leader. Yeah. So you would listen to our fellow brothers speaking against the things that they don't know. Bethi ukukhonza kwamadlozi kubudimoni akamsana noNkulunkulu. So now let us go to the etymology of the word ukukhonza. Usibongo sakho mfowethu bani uLeope
yebo bhuti.
If ungafonela umuntu wakuLeope at this moment, bese ngithi mina yazi as we speaking nensizwe yakuLeope uzothi hawu awungikhonzele lo muntu lo ungicela ukuthi ngikukhonze on his behalf akekho. Kusho ukuthi thina as abantu abansundu kade sakhonzana. Then if usudlulile emhlabeni, inkomo uma kuthi iyabulawa ibulawela ukuthi abantu bakwazi ukubusiseka abadle bonke. Ibusiso bese iqhamuka kubantu ngokukhonzana bethi hawu Leope siyabonga isibusile sebehamba abantu bashiya ibusiso phakathi kweceke. So what I'm trying to say, we have logical explanations behind even the rituals that we do as Africans. It's not like isivele sifuke nje sithi sifuna ukubulala isilwane sesiginqe phansi. Kunama reasons, and ama reasons awefani nalatholakala kuyiTorah neTalmud or iOld Testament la kwakuhlatshelwa khona uNkulunkulu. Thina masihlaba sasuke sihlabela nje ukuthi abantu bakwazi ukuthi badle babusiseke bashiye nezibusiso phakathi kwekhaya. So but I have to question again my culture, ubungoma. Is ubungoma part of our culture, or is it your gift as an individual? So that when we're discussing these notions, we know exactly what culture is. A culture is the manifestation of a human intellectuality. Uma ngabe umzali wakho ethi mfana wami ungadli umile uzobhimba. It becomes a culture because I would uzobhimba, but we are being conditioned to do the right things. So it means our culture has been always advanced in terms of the upbringing of our kids. Therefore, we should question then the Western methods that try to diminish our Africanness in us.
And that has happened everywhere, including the music, the song. And I'm loving the fact that you're doing your masters relevant to your career, your
yes.
Umtuli. Because I don't think there's a lot of our brothers and sisters who are artists who then continue to go pursue their studies as far as their African culture and history, heritage, etc. is concerned. And I love people like yourself, because when you understand what to musician, and I'm a musician, they're very influential. Not because but to me like but because umculo lives on forever.
Exactly.
Ingoma ezabhala umalume wami uMahlathini namhla zisalalelwa and ziyobe ziphila even in 100 years time. So umculo, that's how then it conditions one's mind, because manje senzani hlale silalela umculo all the time. Asibuye nganeno singene emculweni. Ingani uphesiwe umculo when you speak uvula umlomo kuyazwakala ukuthi umuntu who's rooted to their African cultures. And a lot of the time isikhathi esiningi different parents prefer their kids pursuing different careers. Wena kuze kanjani ungena emculweni?
I think it has been always in my heart. But I was shy. I started very late. I was 19 when I started to pursue a career in music. I don't want to lie and say when I was in my mother's womb, she tells me I used to kick. No, it never happened like that. I grew up as a child of the community. I never met my father. I'm still struggling to find his photo even today. But I have my mother to thank, because she was so in love with her culture to an extent that even if there was a storm dumizulu wayisibiza endlini sonke and then abiza ihubo lakwa Khoza. it's a family prayer. Even before we got to go to churches, that's who we are, and that's how we got our healing. So that's how the love of music started. And then she passed away, and then I decided to come to Johannesburg to try my luck. I was imitating Mvuyo Mngweni at the time. I was doing gospel.
Oh yeah.
I had something.
Oh yeah, la Caspanyo vest.
Yeah, bese ngangiphakamisa amahlombe kancane. It was and then but I saw a gap in culturally, that so many things in the music are done in the name of pleasing tourists, not to safeguard our culture. So that's why I decided, no, let me do the right thing. I want to articulate this thing correctly, and it should be verifiable. People would go overseas and all of a sudden, hey, Spirit of Shark. I was like, because they want tourists to get interested, and in the process, tourists are busy writing wrong things about us. So the love of music for me now is mostly based on culture, love of who I am. I love what you're doing, Babuliope. I think times for celebrities are over. We need artists, figures who are going to make a difference. What you're doing, just to deviate a bit with your brand, showing people that your success needs you. No one else can do it for you. So it's the same thing with what I'm trying to do. When I perform, I structure my performances song by song. I don't just go and say, ladies and gentlemen, so the next song. I explain the reason behind those songs. So you will expect, I think, education and healing. Those are two things that I think people should expect on that day, because
a lot of our brothers and sisters are going through a lot. I love it when you're saying, when you're talking about healing,
yes.
you heal through song, but you also heal through knowledge.
Exactly. And there's something very interesting when you say song. During the reign of King Zwide, before Shaga, because when these historians are writing about our history, they always wanna
they want to color it somewhere.
Yes, and they want to raise you above your own people. They say King Shaga collected all these small kingdoms. There were no small kingdoms. King Zwide was an established king. Ukodongwana, Umthetho was a stronger king. It's not like they were shaky kings, But what I'm saying is, Uzwide, he built a palace called Nongoma. And interesting enough, there is a forest called Ingoma Forest. In that forest, there was a herb called Ingoma. Ingoma would... Yes.
Tina zakhule lokishini kasukudisturb.
Yes.
Zakhule lokishini umuntu naka blind nga something. Like umuntu naka good nga something. Mhlambe bathi good ngebhola or good. But I lo sebenzisa ingoma lo.
Oh yeah. So that was
where it comes from.
That was a healing herb.
Okay.
And interesting enough that Ingoma also can heal a human being spiritually. And Ingoma, the herb, can heal. And again, Ingoma, the dance now. If someone who is a sangoma is maybe troubled, you would see them by making certain sounds. And then as soon as other fellow sangomas are taking their drums and starting to beat them, you would see agidi as alale bese kuphuma igweba elapheke. So Africanness is much deeper than all these other Western music.
How do we continue to educate intsha just like as they are? Ngoba uma ubheka kancane uyabona ukuthi the watering down of our cultures is getting worse and worse. And I don't want to call it the enemy, but the people that created things to be the way they are, a simple thing like language. We all losing our languages. More than we speak isintu.
Yeah, I think everyone should participate, especially pastors. You see in a church full of black people, but the pastor is like, when God is about to touch the forward. It's like, but these are black people in this church. Why are we not, promoting our language? Because language is intrinsic to the expression of culture. When you check the studies of the society, the sociology, they say actions. Action is a behavioral unit. If an animal wanna devour you, you can see. But as human beings, we use language to express certain things. Hey, no, you know, no tone, we are already defeated.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So I'm like Nifagazela and the show good. Language is very important, and the language is very deep. Joba sit ingoma, nongoma. These are suprasegmental features. When we talk of language, prosodics, stress, the length, mukuluma, these things determine how we sound. So I was good and I'm gonna boozer him. No, you know, you need to make it clear that now it's an African speaking. I like what you did. I won't mention a name. The other day, I'm not sure if it was Michael Jackson who passed away, but that figure said, hey, we should go there, man. And then Kwakshone uzombe the term, but why would you go to America when uzombe like South Africa? I like that, man. You know, it was like many years ago.
Yes.
Yeah. So these are the things sithakathiwe thina.
Sishawe engqondweni.
Sithakathiwe.
Ingakho there's things called self-hate, right?
Yes.
Into yomuntu omunye umuntu omnyama ngiyayidoubt kodwa eyabelungu ngathi ingcono. Ukuthi ngibulale nomfowethu ophuma ngapha next door kodwa ungumfowethu kuse Africa kukubo la.
Exactly.
Lo mhlophe na ngibona ukuthi naye
ishayina ngibona ya.
Uye kanye ungaphumi la.
Akayena wala.
Kodwa lo nyam celebrate kodwa lo mfowethu ngifuna ukumbulala.
Laba bezizwe bangaqhama ngisho namanzi angenalutho bathi right. Mhlambe abathola empompini ngoba yibala uqhamuka na nemo factor ayisingazodlala usibula hey.
Yes,
you know,
yes.
So there's a lot that we need to do.
So how do we get young people to unlearn, especially the new generation? Because I do know manje we're living in an information age, but still I kind of feel like the society is starting to get dumbed down, especially youth.
I think we need to give our kids a logical explanation behind the notions of our cultures. What do I mean by that? Normally uma khulunywa ngama efana nama rituals, it's demonic, it's voodoo. But a logical explanation behind ukwenziwa komsebenzi ekhaya is to safeguard the family history and to strengthen a bond between the departed souls and those who are living. Because when you go to any scientist who wants a DNA test, you find all your ancestors in your DNA. Then why all of a sudden then they are demons? You know. And again these things find into yakudala endulo. Igama lithi endulo alishi into yakudala but ukwandulela kusho those who came before you. It's not necessarily like things of the old.
And engani nangiyoxoxa nabo noma ngithi ngiyaba celebrate noma ngenza ama rituals athize okukhuluma nama ancestors wami.
Yes.
That is called exactly what you're saying, voodoo.
Yeah.
And it's a controversial topic because sometimes isuke kube naleyo ngxoxo bese leyo ngxoxo contradict religion. Bese abantu bayakwata. Bese abantu akufuna akukhulunywa ngaleyo language kodwa sorry ngalawo ma topic because it's controversial abanye baba offended baba emotional.
Yeah.
Kodwa kuningi okwenziwe kuthina la engqondweni.
Too much.
Nasiqala sisihlala phansi siyaxoxa abanye abantu basuke babe sensitive kusuke kube ngenye indlela.
But I think it's important ukuthi even if you go to church, just keep an open mind to things. Different understanding, new understandings around the things that you know. It's important. I'm a cultural activist, but there are so many things that are wrong with our culture that needs to be fixed. We need to go through a phase of correctional history. For instance, I'll give you a practical example. In the olden days, like King Shaka, where I come from, fought with so many tribes. Others would just surrender and run.
Yeah.
And when they get into a certain area, they would cut their faces. And then that was a disguise. If I'm informants, I am born. I know it's not the same people. But today that thing is practiced as a culture, and you ask yourself, is it still relevant for our kids in the name of culture? So these are the things. Essentially, it's not only on the religious side. On both sides, there are things that are wrong. There is a lot of things that abangazenzi right. Tell me, officer, Mr. Discussing, hey, here's uhamba nabantu abaclean zonke into ihamba load all the time izinto kumele ihlale ihamba kabi.
Sinilethele Grootman ezonighablisa nathi siyafunda baleke kakhulu igama lakhe nguMbuso Khoza. This one is called Eshowe. We're coming back to say bye bye with him. You can never really hang out with such a man with such a depth of knowledge for less than an hour. There's going to be another time where we'll invite him again.
Yes.
Asiqedelele lenkulumo besikhuluma ngayo ngentsha and the social media age.
Yes.
Internet khona manje.
Yes.
Your take.
For me, I think the upbringing methods, they need to be re-looked at. There is a lot that we can learn from our great parents, because there is a wisdom that they would inject into our system. And now I've seen you a couple of times when you're still at the SAPC. I didn't know you then, but you're like Sanbonan, But very few people would do that in a multiracial city like this, And those things are just symbols. It means that with all the angels, we are recognizing you. It's not just a fish paste, So with the challenges of today, we still need to check, because each time we have a problem, history is always important. Because they check the service history, what was wrong before. So you can't just discard who you are.
There is nothing new under the sun.
Absolutely.
Refer to history.
Absolutely. However, the things that are in the Bible, we're already practicing them.
And the first people, obviously, we all know, were here on this continent, right?
Yes. Yes.
So, references of most of those stories, if not all of them, are from this continent.
Exactly. The last message Jesus gave to his disciples, he said, love God with all of your heart and love your neighbor as you love yourself. But already, Tina, as Amangoni, what we do, if you've got nothing at all, as your neighbors would meet and say, how many cows do you have? I said, no, I have maybe 50. Okay, can you give him one? I'll give him one. And then Masa Izele lezonkomo, Izelo ezak, and then bese ayibuyise zethu. This is why it was buye masiswe. But now the distortion around this Asbuya Masisweni thing, when people are reviving their cultures, they say Asbuya Masisweni. You can't say that. When we say we are reviving our culture, it means we are repossessing what is ours from our enemies. It means it was not taken out of, given out of goodness. So Asbuya Maseleni. Yes. So these things, they need to be, because some of these things they even go on television, wrong as they are in terms of the meaning. So I think I'm happy when you read Lapana and it's very interesting again about for indaba yethu. I was checking lineage from Noah. No, from Abraham, kukhona uNaftal azala uGuni, and they were Gunites. And then later, waphuma uShem, waphuma noHam, kuHam kwaphuma uNtu, and then kwaba nabantu. Later kwazala umnguni, and then kunamanguni. When we trace that, then if you go to one of the biggest languages in Africa, is Swahili.
It's a Bantu language. It's a Nguni language. Sorry, not Nguni, Bantu. It's a Bantu language.
Song, yeah. And uNkulunkulu ngeSwahili umungu, and check umnguni, the biggest ancestor. It's very interesting. So we need to check these things, and we dissect them, and then we teach our kids. You guys are stronger than more than what you think. Look at the story of the Garden of Eden. They say it had like 4 tributaries, that river, and the other one was going through Pishoni, other one going through Ikihon. Ikihon was a Kush ikihoni bichithele Kush iKush yaba Abyssinia namhlanje Ethiopia. It means all our histories are just here, you know, and they can't be ukuthi garden ngempela igoba kwangama parables. You'll find that they're talking about the continent.
Not good, you'll find that vele abakhuluma ngayo. Angithi mina nawo basithoba ngokufaka uJesu omlungu. Sikhule simbona lapho lathwana ubona umlungu yamsaba. Kodwa iqiniso lokho ngiyabonga kakhulu but Mbuso Khoza. Singaxoxa ubusuku bonke.
Akashoni la.
And I'm looking forward to sitting down with you. Ne podcast enye ngisebenza kuyona nginenye manje entsha yamahasla.
Yes.
Kodwa nginenye ngisebenza kuyona abantu abanjengawe. I've done the first episode noba Blondie Makene. Leyo is called umkhabulo. Ufuna sohlala phansi even if ngaba yi2 hours just ukhabulisa intwana ukhabulo yangichaza ivideo ngoba it exists forever. Ingakho manje sikhona ukubona ama videos wabo Martin Luther King, abo Marcus Garvey, abo Dr. Khalid Mohammed, sikhona ukubona nama heroes wethu, some clips abo Bab Chris Hani, abo Stephen Bantu Biko etc. So I would love to have you kumkhabulo.
Yeah, I think it's very important for us to unite, man. I had a debate a few months ago with the Minister of Arts and Culture about the national anthem. We don't have a national anthem. We have a church hymn. I'll give you an example now. Amaxhosa mayicula. And then you go home. Bama becula bathi awu sidethele wenduna kandaba ubani amakhoya ensana asebenzisa ama clicks. Can you hear that in that hymn?
No.
Da 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 da.
It's Europeanized.
And you can imagine mangathiwa iBafana Bafana is about to play and there is this national anthem with all 11 languages well arranged. Sithi maluphakanyisa udumo lwayo bathi hizwa bangami bame lento yokumakama bame njengeinsizwa ukuthi we are here to fight for our country but bavela bame kanjena benqamfuzela ochapis, you know, they need to, but you don't blame them because the anthem does not invoke those spirits. Each time Obaba Betu, because they did not write, they would use music to document history. Even recently with our recent struggle, if city kusasexen go 4 o'clock sikhululu Mandela sikhululu, you're already reminded of that thing. So this is how Amahubo operate to safeguard the history, because there's a lot that is happening. Angithi ama departments ago arts but mangabe benomcimbi kuzofika Steve Harvey bethi let's get these Tswana dancers and Zulu dancers at airport, but when you go overseas you won't see Americans and but swing or chariot. You'll never see them doing that. It's sacred to them. When we hit the floor, it's symbolic to the fact that asibashiso baba bethu thina nogogo bethu siyabathuna siyabatshala, so we are seeking inspiration when we are hitting the floor. It's symbolic, so therefore it's not entertainment. You can't just go to the airport and say nangu umlungu efika lapha namjabuliseni. They need to rethink how they present our culture. You know, so this symposium I'm presenting seeks to address those issues so that people are clear about our traditions.
Ngizokubona ngesonto mfethu. Ngizokubona ngifuna ukufunda mfethu. Ngizokubona ngesonto. Khulu uxaba ka Sunday uthenga. Amathikiti sakhona wathenga eminyaka.
Emnyatholakala eminyaka.
Vex Theatre ne?
Vex Theatre. Bengathi uso symposium waqala ngabo 15 16 kudala. Abantu babehlangana nje bezodla kuthiwa symposium, and then later they decided ukuthi oh let's have a topic on that day. But manje symposium isakhe. Ngathi cha abakhululeke nje abantu bese.
Remember the name Mbuso Khoza. Remember the name Mbuso Khoza. Remember the name Mbuso Khoza.